Hello everyone, I'm Brian. I'm here to give you fellow diabetics who are powerlifting or are interested in powerlifting some tips on your specific success powerlifting as a diabetic. So whether you're type 1 or type 2, these tips will apply to you and will help you gain strength in the squat, bench press, and deadlift. Most of these will obviously be nutrition based, and meet day advice as being diabetic won't affect the actual mechanics of powerlifting itself. If I could not break my microphone for 2 seconds. There we go. So, powerlifting is a great way to perform some high-intensity training. It can improve diabetes management, reduce insulin resistance, increase muscle mass, obviously, bone density. These things are things we know. So I wanted to make this video because when I was first coming up as a diabetic powerlifter, there weren't really any YouTubers or anything talking about diabetes management and powerlifting, and I had to figure this all out on my own. I didn't really have like a role model who was like me. The closest I ever got was Chris Rudin, the Instagram star, and he's a phenomenal athlete, but he's not producing content about how his diabetes management affects his powerlifting. It's mostly about either his hand or just it's his training in general, the things he's up to. Amazing guy. I followed him for a long time, even commented on one of my videos when I tagged him because I hit a PR that day and I was just feeling like I was just going to tag some people that I thought might respond. So I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I have been so since I was 13, which was I was diabetic about 1 or 2 months before the first time I stepped into the weight room myself. And I've been powerlifting since April of 2017, which is when I first stepped onto a powerlifting platform. I'd obviously done meet prep, but that was just about it. For powerlifting for me, it was just general strength training or general weight training. I competed in the USPA in the 60 kilo or 132 pound body weight division at 16 spicy years old and bombed out on squats. Right now, I'm 19 and I compete in the USAPL. I compete in either the 74 or 83 kilo or 163 pound or 183 pound weight class divisions, depending on the time of year, because I'm obviously fatter in the winter and I just can't help it. So all of my sources will be listed in the description down below, and they will appear on the screen right over here, down here, every time I list a fact that is listed in one of those articles. Alright guys, so tip number 1, check your blood sugar before and after a high intensity session in the gym. So to ensure success and safety, check your blood sugar before you work out in order to make sure it isn't too high or lacking insulin for your body to properly get glucose from your bloodstream to fuel your workouts and produce energy. This will also prevent you from going low during a workout if you check, which while lifting heavy weights is obviously dangerous, can end in serious or fatal injury if you pass out or lose control of the weight. Tip number 2 is going to be to take your insulin, which sounds really basic. It does, but the truth is that a lot of people don't want to do it or fail to do it. So if you are on insulin, you need to be taking it. Otherwise, your body will not be able to get very much glucose from your blood to create consistent energy. Though acute hyperglycemia doesn't affect muscle strength, so being high for a little bit won't hurt you, right? You should be fine. Prolonged hyperglycemia has effects on fatigue and muscular strength, muscle loss, bone density, things of that nature. And it can even cause rapid weight loss, which it did to me multiple times. I've gone from, some days when I was lighter, when I first got diagnosed, I was 90 pounds and I was 5'8". That's ridiculous. Granted, that time I did not know I was diabetic yet, so that one's a little bit not necessarily my fault, but I've had times where I went from 150 down to 128 in a matter of days. sometimes where I go from 180 down to 160 overnight or in a couple of days because I'm not taking my insulin. I can fluctuate in that weight range naturally too, but not that quickly, and it's not muscle that I'm losing. I'm losing water weight, or I'm losing a little bit of fat, maybe a little bit of muscle, because that's just how it works. But for the most part, it tends to be healthy weight loss as long as I'm taking my insulin. So tip number 3 is just going to be some general health benefits. Make sure you eat a good diet, full of carbs, full of protein. Manage your stress levels. Make sure you get at least 8, but probably 9 to 10 hours of sleep every day. Et cetera, whatever. The typical things you could see on just any Instagram health page, anything like that. These will help you manage your blood sugar, manage your A1C. It'll make you perform better, make you feel better. So you can't perform as a powerlifter without having a full night of sleep and a full diet. You'll find that most people that plateau before they become an advanced or elite powerlifter, it's because of their diet or their sleep or their stress management, which I know if you're, like me, I'm working full-time and I am a full-time university student. So tacking those all on top of each other can be kind of hard, but you just got to make it work. Stop going out all the time on weekends or whatever. You can make it work, I promise. So, tip number 4 is going to be meet day specific, which this is only going to matter if you are competing in powerlifting, going to actual meets, not being an Instagram powerlifter. And that is going to be manage your blood sugar on meet day. So with meet day comes a lot of hormones, a lot of stress, adrenaline spikes, caffeine, things of that nature, right? It's just important that between your squat, bench, and deadlift events, at least check your blood sugar once. Just make sure you're tracking it and that you're eating appropriately. Again, this is going to make you successful and safe. It's going to keep your blood sugar down if it's running high and up if it's running low, just to make sure that you do well and you're safe. You don't hurt yourself on the platform or pass out or just perform terribly because you didn't prepare your blood sugar properly. So that's basically all I've got for you today. It was hopefully pretty short and sweet, easy to digest. I hope if you're a diabetic looking to get into powerlifting that you've learned something, or if you're trying to help a loved one or a friend who's diabetic and wants to get into powerlifting, that you've learned something and that this will help you out. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.